Is learning data structures and algorithm really necessary, or is it a waste of time? I consider it as a totally waste of time. Now, before you really bash me, just hold on, listen to me what I really say, and then what you really feel, just comment it down below. Hey guys, my name is Rahul Ahire, and I am from Pune. So this video we are just going to really discuss about what algorithm is and what it really means to everyone and all that kind of stuff. So you might have really heard that to learn any programming language you should be good at algorithms and data structure, right? But what is data structure, right? So it is defined as a systematic way of storing and retrieving the data from any system, from computers or the server of any kind of. Now the college and various other institutes really kind of really give much more emphasis onto this algorithm and data structure, but are they really that useful and beneficial to you? I mean, surely that they contain a bunch of interesting mathematical stuff. They have the binary algorithm, they have the searching algorithm, they have the merge sort, inserting, Dijkstra, and Königsberg bridge problem, and all that kind of stuff. Fine, which is really good. And I would consider it define as algorithm as specifically applied branch of mathematics into the computer. But is it really necessary that you should really invest your time, like crazy amount of time in learning the algorithm? I think answer is no. Now why I really say it's a no answer, like because it's like now for example, like you really start your routine by get up early in the morning, exercise, and doing all that kind of stuff. And once a day, if you really find messy, once you really find your room really messy, so do you really need any sort of algorithm to just like, hey, I need some really calculative analogy and the algorithm to really fix my room condition. Like, suppose it's a whole lot of mess, you just take it up, figure it out what's the best way, and you just try to clear the clutter. Similarly, in the other ways, like if you want to go and take for example like the Dijkstra algorithm, like the bunch of other cool people or the cool CS students really like the way the Dijkstra algorithm shirt, and they really flaunt their algorithm how smart they're, at least what I think. Doesn't mean that it is really valid to everyone and out there. But what is Dijkstra? It is just finding the shortest path by minimizing the weight of node, right? Now the best part of it is like if you want to go one place to other, let's say for example you are facing the traffic, or by obviously you will choose the route which has the less traffic. And why the heck it is supposed to really call it as a so-called Dijkstra algorithm, I can't really know that. It's like even a 10-year old kid can just really say that this is the shortest route, this is the optimum path that we have to really take it, for example. And the worst part is, what is the worst part of learning algorithm is that you can't even apply what you have learned right now. So for example, it's like I have learned binary, I have learned linked list, I have learned everything, but where the heck I will apply? It's like I have just one book, just 1 minute. Yeah, this whole book called the Corman is essentially called it as a Bible of algorithms. In this whole 1000 pages of book, it's a really cool mathematical and application book, but I haven't found any one sentence like how can I apply this book into my work? How will it really ease my workflow? It's like, for example, I want to develop an app or front-end web application. I will learn HTML, JavaScript, and CSS. HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. The order was wrong. I'm sorry. To make the front-end application, right? If I want to learn Android application or to make application for Android, I will learn Java or Kotlin. Similarly, I will learn Swift for iOS and just make the cool bunch of cool products, right? Now, yeah, and similarly in the way I'll learn Node.js for if I want to build the whole full stack application. Similarly is the case with the library, where you just go and pick a bunch of libraries and you just implement it in your project, and boom, you are ready to go. But this is not the case with the data structures and algorithm. You don't really kind of see whether how you can really just try to, okay, this is doing this and this is this and that stuff, but how do I implement it, right? Even though if you really learn it, but you will not really use it in real life. Why? Because even though if you really learn it, you will still really need to use your own creative thought process about how to solve the problem. It's not like that, you have to design an optimum data storage system, and like, let's take for example the binary system. Oh, this one won't work. Let's take for the Dijkstra. Oh, it's useless. Let's take for example, it's not like that work. So now bunch of people will really argue that it really just kind of sense I mean what, it just increase the algorithm, it just increase your intelligence, it really enhances your problem solving skills, it really does do this, do that, and bunch of other like crazy amount of thing, which is not kind of even wholehearted justify. I'll just mention a Quora link in the description where you can check the people, various people have really give their opinion about how the algorithm is kind of essential to them. And yeah, so why it is really propaganded so much, like in colleges, whether in interviews. Number one, in colleges, first I'll talk about college. The college really assume that you don't know anything about mathematics and all that kind of stuff, which is not that correct, you know. And and everyone really knows that how screwed up our education system is, you know. And that is completely whole other different topic. The Hitesh Chaudhary has really made one of the TEDx talk about the education system, and you can really see a bunch of other tutorials, about videos and how education system is if you don't know, which I guess it's really hardly not possible for you. Number one, so why, and structures and algorithm are just for to create a mindset that could really solve the problem efficiently. And in the world of computer, and in the world of especially in programming, you really need an absolutely if and else program of mindset. We really generally tend to assume that the computer know everything. In especially in the early days of coding, you might have faced the problem about like, why isn't the system working, like, you have really based certain assumption that this might work, this wouldn't work. So that was the essentially the problem data structures and algorithm were trying to tackling to solve. If you have a really weak mathematical background, I mean, if you have don't any sort of interest and you don't know how to really solve the problem, if you don't have the engineering mindset, and now what I mean the engineering mindset, taking a piece of thing and breaking it down to the smaller things, like sort of a reverse engineering. Like take for example, this is a mouse. Now what is really me? What is just inside this mouse? I will just take this piece apart from it and just remove everything and just sort of see it, what's going inside through it. So that is called reverse engineering. Now that is not a rocket science, obviously, right? Anyone can do it. Now the question is, okay, why does the interview on why does the company really stresses so much on focusing on the data structures and algorithm, right? Guys, they receive thousands and thousands of proposals every day for the job application. Like take for example Google, Microsoft, Amazon, and the FANG, and the top Fortune 500 companies, and they don't have that much time to really figure it out what is this thing. And yeah, so they naturally don't take that much effort. It's like they want a ready-made framework of hiring people, so that it will be really much more easy for them to hire guide. So data structures and algorithm is one way of checking whether you have that logical processing capabilities or not, which is, I don't think really it's partially true, because when you really, even let's say if you do have it, you aren't really tend to use it in a much more fashionable manner. And let's say I have really heard that you can really data structures are really necessary in database management. That's totally not correct. It's like apart from the indexing, structuring data correctly, and querying and optimizing the query, these are the major key factor in the database management. It's like apart from nowhere else. So it's like I can't really understand why are we studying it. It's like it's totally, I know what you really me trying to say. It's like, yeah. So let me know what your thoughts are, and please comment down here below what is your thought regarding this topic, whether you really like DSA, whether it's really useful or not, and make sure to really share this video on every other platform. So see you next time.